What's up, Metal Summoners? It's so super great to see you guys. It's so great, as always, to be live with you every Wednesday night on your island of Misfit Toys. Myself and Angel just hanging out with you guys, rocking out with you guys, having great conversations, great interviews, great interactions. That's what we're all about. Tonight is no different. We're going to have a great time, and we're kicking it off right now. We've got Blake joining us from Awaken the Giant. Welcome, brother. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your evening, man, and welcome to the Metal Summit.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys having me on tonight.
Absolutely, man. It's our absolute pleasure. First and foremost, man, how did 2023 treat you and the band?
It was really good, man. We actually went most of the year without releasing anything, but we have a new song coming out Friday, actually, on all major platforms. So giving people a taste of what's to come for 2024.
Nice, man. That's awesome for sure. When it came to not releasing so much, when it came to live music, but you got done with you coming out now, kind of as like a setting you up for 2024. What was kind of the conversations between yourself and your mates about like how you wanted to run music versus like for this year? Because a lot of bands like to be singles driven. A lot of them like to build towards like a record. A lot of them are into just playing out and about right now. How did you guys look at it?
Yeah, man. So we actually earlier in the year we actually had a singer switch. So what we did is we spent time on building that whole thing back up, and then working on new music this whole time. A little bit of touring and everything like that. But now moving forward, we'll be back on the road a lot more and be dropping. I like to play the singles games for sure, so we'll be dropping several singles this next year.
Nice, man. Nice. When it comes to like the singles game, would you like to then eventually maybe put out a full length of some kind, or are you kind of happy with doing the single style?
Yeah, man. Pretty much the plan for us is going to be to keep dropping singles, and then once we have, 6, 7 tracks, kind of accumulate that into a physical EP. That way we can still have a new album, so to speak, at shows to sell. You know
Sure.
what I mean? But definitely keep putting singles out, and once we do come up with that new EP, it'll still be released on the platforms as an album and everything like that. And I like to have the physicals for all the fans still to this day, even though it's a digital world. They like to go home with the CD at the end of the show.
Absolutely. Angel and I are very much that way, man. We're merch guys, man. We like physical copies. We like t-shirts. We like CDs. We like vinyl. So it's super awesome that bands like yourselves, even in a digital age, are down to still be able to present that physical copy to the fans.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. We always try to give them things that they want. Like a lot of times, we have a street team on the Facebook, and we'll ask them specifically, like, hey, what are you guys? Would you rather have this? Would you rather have that? And kind of let them do a vote, and whatever gets, whatever wins, we go ahead and proceed with that.
Absolutely, man, for sure. And before I kick it over to Angel, talk a little bit about the name Awaken the Giant. How did it come about?
Yeah, so that was created by me and the original singer. And basically, Awaken the Giant just means like to, do that thing you always wanted to do, break out of that shell and go after that thing or person or whatever it is that you've always wanted to do, and you've kind of had that shyness, just break out of it and just do it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man, 100% for sure. Angel, let's kick it over to you, my good man.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for being on the show. This year we could talk about the new single. Definitely love the title of it.
Hey, real quick, Angel, your vocals dropped again, buddy. Can you put some volume back on yourself?
1 second. What's wrong with my vocals? All right. How's that?
Better.
Cool.
No, I just wanted if you could talk about the new single.
I'm so what about the new single?
Yeah, as you moved back a bit, Angel, your vocals dropped again when you moved a little back from the screen.
All right, I'll just do it like this. If you can talk about the new single that's coming out this Friday.
Yeah. So actually, the new single is still going to be the picture you showed a little bit ago, Done With You. So what we did was we released that on YouTube only initially, but now it's coming out on all major platforms on Friday on, all major platforms, iTunes, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, all those good things. And then we'll be dropping another new single in February as well.
I definitely want to drop it right there.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what made you guys want to again, because usually like around this time, people don't really release much new music. So what made you want to release the single right before the year was out?
So so we did that one on YouTube. I wanted to drop something before the end of this year because, like I said, we had gone the whole year without putting anything out, and also we were going on tour, so we wanted to have like a new song for people to sing along when we were out on the road. So now it'll officially be coming out Friday, like I said, on all major platforms, and then beginning February we'll be dropping new singles probably every 2 or 3 months at that point, moving forward.
So, got a good fan question. Feel Alive is my favorite. Can you tell me about the writing and the meaning behind it?
Yeah, that that's one of our older songs for sure. But glad you like that one. First of all, that's cool. That one is kind of a mixture of things. It's it's but the gist of it is just, again, it's all about feeling alive. You've gone through depressions, you got through funks, and at the end of the day, it's just rising above that and just moving past it and moving on. Feel alive again. A lot of those songs on that Black and Blue EP are based off of personal experiences between me and Tab, and a lot of it has to do with like relationships and things like that.
That's something we can all relate to.
Definitely, man. I know everyone.
The most relatable thing.
Yeah, 100%, dude. We don't every time we're writing, it's always something to do with like a personal meaning. We're not just kind of writing just to put something out there. It's something that one of us has been through, whether it's a positive thing, a bad thing, whatever it may be. And we try to make everything relatable because I think if we're talking about true feelings and things like that, it's something relatable to somebody at some point.
Yeah. What song is your favorite?
I think minus any of the new ones coming out, I Fooled You has always been a favorite. And that's just because that's one of the first ones we wrote as Awaken the Giant, and it's just naturally, organically done so well. We had transitioned out of a former band, and that was kind of the direction we wanted to go moving forward with this project. It initially was a project idea. And it just kind of took off on its own, and I like that it's reached so many people, like in the anime world and just people in general. And that's just been a fan favorite, since it came out. But I like it. I think it holds near and dear to me because that was our first one that we wrote for this band, and it's this fact that it's done so well on its own is pretty cool to see.
So how's the music scene down in Houston, where you guys are from?
It's good, man. There's so many bands out here, It's a big scene, but and Houston's such a big city and so spread out that it's cool, man. You can play a show in Houston one night and play a show in Houston the next night, and they're still an hour away from each other. You know what I mean? So it's pretty wild.
Oh, we heard stories.
But no, it's good, man. It's good. It's good local scene around here.
So as far as touring, what are the plans for 2024 when it comes to the tour?
Yeah, so it's looking like maybe March, April, around then. We'll be back up in the maybe Midwest and East Coast areas. And then at some point, we'd like to get out west. We haven't really been out west yet, but we've definitely covered Midwest and East and things like that. So I want to get further northeast, you know what I mean? Into the Connecticut's and maybe Boston areas and things like that. But working on a tour right now for later in March. So we'll be hitting the road in March again. For sure.
Go right back up to Jay.
Yeah, man, absolutely, for sure. When it comes to your writing style versus what you're going to play live, How do you guys kind of look into that kind of stuff? Because when you're thinking about songs that you want to be very fan interactive versus some songs that are definitely going to have like that personal like passion feel to it about like
Mhm.
something that was particularly maybe traumatic that you really want to put pen to paper and music behind. How do you think about the writing process, knowing that there are songs obviously that you're going to play live versus some that might be difficult or that you don't really want to put on Front Street like that?
Yeah, that's a good question, dude. And actually, it's funny. One of those songs from the previous record is called "Make Believe," and recording, it's just a good rock ballad. You know what I mean? But live, to me, we don't play it live because it lacks a little bit of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Came out great on tape or whatnot. But so move like with that being said, the idea is every time we're writing songs, it's I want to play the songs live that have the more energy and that have, like that heaviness, but has some energy behind it. Because I want to keep it like an energetic live show. I don't want it to be more of like a laid back, chill kind of show. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
whatever songs have that power and the punch and the energy, that's the ones we're going to be playing live.
Nice. Absolutely. Do you find yourselves trying to get like that fan interaction, like people singing back to you?
Yeah, I mean, it happens, obviously not every time we're still building and everything like that, but there is certain songs that, yeah, they're singing back with us, and that's always a great feeling. But yeah, I don't, as far as like the songs that we select live, it's not really so much. We do kind of do like the voting thing again in the street team, like, hey, what's your favorite song? So we do have an idea of what they like and things like that. But there's, when it comes to the writing portion, it's just writing, trying to make the best song we can, and then putting it out there, and hopefully they like it because we're gonna be playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it,
Absolutely, for sure. Blake, talk a little bit about your like personal influences. Like Angel and I over the recent months have been talking a lot about Kiss and stuff like that because they
Yeah,
just finished up their farewell tour, and we're both big Kiss guys, and we love that whole
yeah.
80s feel. And I'm a big like goth rock guy. I'm into the 69 Eyes and Typo Negative. But talk a little bit about your personal influences and what got you into music.
Dude, well, what got me into music in the first place was I think it was way back in probably junior high. I was kind of late to the game in a sense, as far as I never really played instruments, until about sixth grade. I had a couple buddies that would like, I noticed, oh, they play guitar, like they're jamming, or I was like, it's kind of cool, man. Like, I need to do that. So I ended up getting a guitar and going to different friends' houses and things like that, and just kind of jamming acoustic, or just kind of messing around or whatnot. And that's what got me into music, having a few people close to me playing. And then from that point, I just had a passion for it, and it just has never left me. So I keep it going.
Remember, way back before the internet, record labels had street teams, and you're like the second band in as many months that I've heard have a street team.
Yeah.
Curious, how did that get started? Getting a street team together.
So I'm a researcher, man. I try to see what bands that are bigger than us are doing, and how are they getting fan support? How are they doing this? How are they doing that? And I've noticed a couple bands that are doing bigger things they had street teams, and I noticed that the people in those street teams were very dedicated to those bands. You know what I mean? So I was like, we got to start one of these bad boys for the people who are diehard ATG fans and get that rolling. Of course, you always want to build on it, but it's nice to see the people who are very supportive of us in there. It stays pretty, active for the most part. Someone's talking about something, whether it's band related or whether it's like a meme or just something about someone's day, whatever. We do like birthday things. So every day it's someone's birthday, we make posts on that kind of thing. So we keep everyone, it's not necessarily, it's mostly about the band, but it's about the community of Awaken the Giants, like of the ATG family. You know what I mean? So it's cool to have everyone in there and contributing and things like that. Whether it's they post a new song or photos of us with them, things like that. It's really cool.
Right. So you kind of mentioned it with the songs. So just to piggyback off of that, so street team members, they get to hear the song before you guys release it. You guys get
Yeah.
whether it sucks, whether it's cool.
Yeah, some things like that. Like we might release merch a day early on the street team only before the actual public sees it or hears it or gets to view it. Things like that. So it's kind of like a little perk of being in on the private group is that, hey, you're going to see stuff before we actually release it to the public pages. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's like a little family in there, so everyone's supportive, and obviously you try to keep growing that. You know what I mean? But but at the same time, you take what you get, and it's cool to see everyone in there and interacting and things like that. So it's really cool, and it's
Yeah.
helpful for us, you know.
So to any street team members watching, just want to say hello.
Yeah, yeah. What's up, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Well, because Blake, it also speaks to like the old school kind of mentality of like really putting foot to pavement and stuff like that.
Yeah,
As well.
yeah.
Like, yeah, you can put out sponsored ads and you can do all that kind of stuff, especially with like we said, it being a digital world. But there definitely is still something to be said for actually putting foot to pavement and having a team out there to get the word and the name out.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's like I said, man. A lot of our things, we're not really big into like, you know, marketing, so to say. We spend money on, we're independent band, dude. We do everything ourselves. So we're coming up with money and spending it on a music video for people, new recordings, new merch, everything we're doing is completely out of pocket, more or less. You know what I mean? And we do it because that's what they're asking for. And in return, they're buying it to show support. You know what I mean? So yeah. But you were talking too a minute ago about like musical influences. So I was saying I started as a kid seeing friends playing music and things like that, and that got me picking up a guitar and buying, having my parents buy me one and everything. But as far as musical influences, dude, I'm literally inspired by everybody. Like,
Nice.
I don't care if it's weird, dude. I don't care if it's like something from a rap song, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of something cool, or if it's from like a metalcore band, or it could be, dude, it could be an alternative song, it could be a country song, but not necessarily that I'm a fan of those particular musical styles, but if I hear something, dude, I can draw influence from anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And apply it more to what the music we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm like inspired by everything, dude. Like I can, I can listen. But yeah, I mean, I listen to all kinds of music though, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would be cool in a different style. You know what I mean? Things like that, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Do you try to pay attention to what you would call mainstream around now, as opposed to like being inspired by maybe an older influence?
Man, yeah, I guess it's no secret these days for the bands that are like active rock, like kind of hard rock. Octane, Sirius XM. That's kind of where it's at. You know what I mean? If you can get on there, that's a pretty big deal these days. You can get a lot of fans and things and opportunities off of that. So I'm not saying I'm trying to strictly write to be like, hey, I'm trying to be on Octane, but some of the songs are geared towards trying to get on there.
Sure.
But others, yeah, I mean, I definitely love, I know you said like goth rock, and I've never really put out any kind of goth rock stuff, but I do like the electronic elements. So like in a lot of, actually, if you listen to a lot of our songs, we have like that synth and kind of electronic elements in several of our songs. So I do like that kind of stuff too. So it really just depends on the feel of the song,
Absolutely, 100% for sure. And before I kick it back up to Angel, like talk a little bit about do a little bit of a rig rundown, man. What do you play? And what's
Dude, yeah. So I decided a few years ago that I was gonna go straight like direct in. I was tired of you get older, man, you get tired of carrying those amps around, dude. But so I play right now. I play all PRSs as my guitars. I have the Head Rush is what I use as my pedal board. And that's pretty much the rig, man. Simple setup. We all run like the in-ear, so all I do is plug in my wire, dude, to our rack and ready to roll in about 5 minutes, man. So it's convenient. It still has the sound that we like, So we all go direct, and that's it, man.
Nice. So you're not one of those 52 pedal boards and 87 Marshalls and 32 heads kind of guy?
No way, dude. Those days, I've never been there, but those days for me, dude, like carrying amps around, and they've been long gone for me for a few years now.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that. I'm definitely an old school and boring like bass type guy myself when I play, where it's like I don't want pedals, I don't want things in my way. I love the head for my amp, even though it's got 5200 like fucking knobs on it. My sitting on it as we speak. But I mean, I hate the fact it's got 82 knobs on it. But I mean, it's a road dog and it does well. But yeah, other than that, I'm just a plug and go kind of guy.
Dude, you know, like, because I've been in bands, right? I've played both guitar and bass in bands over the years. And I used to carry that refrigerator around, that 8x10.
Yeah.
On top of that, you still got the head to deal with and like any racks and things like that. So, I mean, yeah, if it's not on wheels, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And the pedal board, like, we have a rack, you know what I mean, that has our, you know, X32 and in-ears and things like that, dude. But other than that, and our drummer has, you know, he chose to be the drummer, so he's got that set up. But other than that, we're all just setting up a pedal board, plugging in, and we're ready to roll.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. Angel, let's kick it back up to you, my guy.
Yes, let me get to the fan questions before the street team literally kills me. Teresa wants to know, coming to the Northeast, like when are you coming to like Pennsylvania, Maryland area? That's what she means.
Oh yeah. A little birdie told me we'll be in Pennsylvania in May.
Nice.
I think we might just be up there in May.
Not-
I don't know why or for what, but I think we'll be up there. Too early to announce that one.
It's like I'm praying that it's the second, third, or fourth week of May because of M3, but
Oh yeah.
somehow.
Dude, I'd have to double check on that and let you know in private, but
Yeah.
somewhere in that May range for sure.
Nice.
How long have you been together? You guys been together since 2017?
2017, yep.
Yes, I answered that correctly.
Yep. Been rolling, man, trying to keep moving.
See, I do read sometimes.
Yeah.
Who's on your bucket list to tour with?
Bucket list to tour with, man. There's so many. There's just so many good bands out there, so I'm really bad at answering like what's your favorite movie, what's your favorite band. I'm bad at those kind of questions, you know what I mean? But you know, to name a few, like again, like kind of like Octane bands, so like it'd be cool to go out with, I mean, bands like From Ashes to New, you know, Motionless in White, Falling River, you know what I mean? Just anybody, dude. Anyone who's a rock band that we'd fit with would be awesome. What was that?
Sorry. Who does the screaming in the band and does that when you do it?
That's me, dude. I do all the screaming. And what was the second part of that question?
Does it hurt when you do it?
Sometimes I'm used to it, but you know, throat gets sore a little bit from time to time. I drink enough whiskey to balance out the soreness and the.
Just a lot of love comments.
Hey, that's always good to see.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we answered that question.
When will we be traveling to Baltimore? I just saw that pop up on the bottom.
Hey, I mean, I'm always down for Pennsylvania, but I wouldn't hate you for that. That's only 30 minutes from me.
Dude, I think in May, dude, if a tour ends up happening, we will definitely be hitting Baltimore and that whole region. You know what I mean? So it could be happening in May.
Nice, man.
You know what that means, Jake? Road trip.
Yeah, facts.
Dude, and by that time, dude, like this song will be officially out, like I said, on Friday. We'll have another one. We'll probably have 2 more songs out by the time we head up that way.
So between now and then, probably 3 more songs.
Yeah.
Road trip, 10 bottles of Jack Daniels.
We'll be on our way to. Hey, that's just the way I like it, dude.
Thank goodness for Facebook memories, because that's how I remember where I was.
Right.
Save some for me, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we'll bring a bottle for you, man.
Hell yeah, dude. We'll have a good time.
Bottle a couple of shotties and just be like, cheers, bro.
That'd be badass, dude. It'll be a good time for sure.
Yeah.
I'm always about it. I like to have a good time.
Hell yeah. What is that, Angel?
Are you endorsed yet?
Endorsed?
Not really. No, not really.
Oh.
Working on it. Our drummer is endorsed by somebody, but honestly, I forgot who it's to. He's got like a stick deal for now. So yeah, we're working on a lot more though.
Oh, we gotta be specific about Pennsylvania because it's a big ass state.
The birdie only said so much.
We'll be announcing some stuff the beginning of the year for sure.
Yeah, I forgot
And
what Pennsylvania is.
we know Ann lives in Pennsylvania. She's in Bethlehem. Hey, Ann, see Ann who just commented, she's taking me to a few breweries up that way. We had a good time.
6 miles from Gettysburg. I forgot where Gettysburg is.
Isn't that
A little bit.
Yeah,
kind of
I
like
forgot.
towards the bottom of Pennsylvania?
I think so. It's gotta be.
Yeah. I've been there before. I just can't remember.
Myself also.
What do you like the most about being a musician?
I like being a few things. I like writing music, and having that relate to people. I like meeting people. I like meeting fans. I'm a mingler, dude. So like every time we play, like some bands are like, they play their show and they go straight back to their bus and kind of that don't prefer to like chit chat and things like that. Nothing wrong with that. I get it. I'm the opposite though. I like to mingle and like hang out with people and grab drinks with people. So for me, it's the writing and having people relate to the music that we put out, but also meeting everybody and hanging out and grabbing a drink or taking pictures or whatnot. It's fun for me.
Oh, I'm terrified to ask this question.
You got it.
Do you have a tour bus?
We do, man. It's actually a cool story on that is it's actually used to be used by the Cash family. So Johnny Cash and his wife still has the scroll on the top of the bus. So every once in a while we'll put the Cash family up. It's pretty cool.
Tell your drummer to clean up the trailer and send me my drumsticks.
And I try to tell him. He'll get to it.
Eventually.
He'll get to it eventually. Yeah, but we do have the tour bus, yeah, and it's fun. It's our home on the road, you know what I mean? That's my bass player asking me who is his favorite bass player. I'm gonna go with Aaron Smith from Kingdom Collapse. So I'm waiting to see Mike's response on that one. Mike, you're my favorite bass player.
Good answer.
Mine's too.
I was gonna name like 10 other bass
Sorry,
players,
Jay.
and I was like, nah.
Oh man, you were gonna knock him out of the top 10.
Nah,
Jay's a bass
Mikey.
player.
Yep.
Okay, you're my second favorite, Jay. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, Mike. I gotta go with Jay.
Hell yeah. Dude, so what are you, speaking of, let me ask y'all one question. What's y'all's favorite venues up in that area?
You want to start with Jersey, Angel, and then I'll talk about Maryland.
Yeah, the Landis Theater in Highland is super awesome to play. Nice theater is close to the beach.
Yeah.
Dingbats is another one up in Central Jersey.
We played there once. That's a cool venue.
Yeah. Baltimore, I know they have. I forgot the name of the place. Okay, this is where you come in.
Yeah, well, they got a place that I've been way into lately called Zen West. It's in Towson. I really love that place. I think they're fantastic.
Okay.
There's a great place called Baltimore Soundstage that does everything from like locals to regionals to nationals. The big dog venue is called Ram's Head Live, but there's also a couple of other smaller places like Fishhead Cantina and Metro Gallery that are very cool as well. But Zen West has really been on the up and up. Like I went and saw Cold there, and I've seen a bunch of other cool shows there as well. But I definitely dig that place right now.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, definitely want to get up there, and like I said, in the May time, so need to try to lock something in for sure.
Yeah. Artie's Bar in Frenchtown is another awesome place. They
definitely
have really good concerts.
Yeah, I've heard that name before.
It's cool because I'm actually halfway to Dingbats and Artie's Bar. They're both 50 minutes from me.
Okay. Oh yeah.
We're talking. Wow, this is cool. We're actually supporting venues.
See, getting the venues involved.
or the main gate in Allentown. I'm familiar with Allentown, not that far from there either. I haven't been there in a long time. Oh, I forgot about the Firehouse. The
Dude,
mayor
I've never
in
even
that
heard of
town
that.
is a rock fan, so
Yeah.
kudos to him. Right.
Awesome. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
He's the reason for that venue. The Firehouse is a really awesome place. I saw a concert there.
Dude, yeah, we'll have to look into that one for sure.
So damn, all these are nice listings. It's like there goes your East Coast tour right there.
That's a lot of venue. Yeah, dude, that's some. Try to lock some of those in.
Reverb's cool in Reading, PA. I've been there a bunch of times.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that place a lot.
I haven't been there, but I love the town.
There's a place in Mechanicsburg, PA that I've been to called Love Drafts. That place.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a. I just recently went to this place for Wednesday 13 called Mickey's Black Box in Lilith, PA.
Yeah.
That place was really cool. They were really, really hospitable too. Like, and I was there shooting photography, and I've never been treated so well before. Like, they were like, "Here, let me show you a little tour of the side stage and the backstage area. And this is where you're going to enter at. And here, let's walk you around here. You can shoot up in the balcony." I was like, "Oh my god!" Usually these places just kind of treat you like a peon and tell you what you can't do. Like, okay, you can't shoot after 3 songs.
Right.
So like a lot of those places are just kind of like that.
That's cool, dude. Like, it's nice when those venues got out of the way to give you that hospitality like that, you know? It's always cool.
And the West Coast, of course, everybody plays the whiskey up in the West Coast, which is...
Oh, yeah, the whiskey's fun, dude. I've played there twice. It'd be cool to go back for sure.
Oh, the Retcher in Townsend. I know that's not far. So.
Yeah, dude. I've actually been there. Not played there, but I've been there once for a show. I think it was Any Given Sin in Carvinstone when I popped in there.
Let's go back to the bucket list. What place would you like to play that you still haven't played yet?
Dude, there's too many to name, man. I just want to keep moving into new territories and keep playing bigger venues, you know. The goal is to keep moving up, you know, getting bigger tour opportunities and, you know, eventually hitting all those major markets, you know.
And this is like the first time that I've had to look at.
Look, Speed's in the house. What's up, dude?
What up, Speed?
They just had a show recently up there with Any Given Sin. Yeah.
How do you find that you think has always worked best for when you guys are doing shows? I mean, obviously a lot of bands like to keep, you know, it like the venues in a certain like type of area, you know, to make everything work best for it. But do you like to design things where it's like, you know, East Coast, then Midwest, or then out West? Are you down for like kind of a straight cross country type thing? Like, how do you kind of like to build your tours?
Yeah, kind of like a mix between the two, man. Find another band. Us and Silvertongue have gone out a couple times, but try to find a band. Like, say, for example, like we're kind of in the Houston area and we have a presence in Biloxi, Mississippi. So, I mean, right there. So I try not to oversaturate our own market. You know what I mean? Like, I don't play Houston or Biloxi, but maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So the rest of the time when we do go out, it's not necessarily cross country, like from east to west necessarily, but yeah, I guess I focus more on doing like a Midwest run. So in a sense, across country, you know what I mean? But going up and down, and then the East Coast. And this year I'm going to be focused on a lot of like little small regional 3-4 day runs in between those 3-week tours. You know what I mean? Because I like to try to build that regional base equally as if we're touring the rest of the country, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, so it's kind of a mix, dude. Like, it's not going to be like, hey, let's go from Biloxi to California necessarily, unless it's doing like if we were going to do something like that, it'd definitely be a month out, and it'd be like New Orleans, Houston, like El Paso, Tucson, Phoenix, San Diego, you know what I mean? So something like that, yeah, is definitely possible. It
sure.
just depends on what the guarantees are going to be and if it's feasible to break, at least break even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So you got to put the realistic logistics in there. If money wasn't an issue, I mean, we'd probably be on tour for 6 months straight and just hit the entire U.S. You know what I mean?
Has the street team ever influenced where you performed? Like, there's ever a place that you guys got to perform because you had enough street teams that were promoting it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. So they influence both by telling us, "Hey, we want to see you here, here, and here," but also there's been shows booked because of them. You know, or big ass dog. Because of them, like kind of like hitting up that particular festival or things like that particular show and getting us like kind of helping us get on the bill and things like that. So yeah, it's super helpful and influential. Like I don't care if they're like, hey man, there's 10 of us here in Baltimore. We'd love to see you guys. Then I'm gonna make that happen. You know what I mean? We're gonna put that on the tour route and make it.
That guy right there, Jade, that also promotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets my ass down in Baltimore a lot. So
I try. I mean, the fact of the matter is even just stemming back to what we were the mentioning of Kiss earlier in the episode is, the fact of the matter is we're not going to have bands forever, and
Right.
so it's about what's our next tier of bands. So, silence equals happiness, but then we're all going to be frowning when there's nobody left. So,
Dude, it's funny. It's kind of like a sad but true kind of statement is, when the bigger bands that are established, right? No problem for them to come through, and it could be a Sunday, it could be a Monday, it could be a Tuesday, and they're gonna sell tickets, a good amount of tickets, right? And then it's like these bands that are trying, that are talented, there's several of them out there trying to get their local support, you know what I mean? And then you got those excuses like, and I get it, dude. I mean, people are struggling with money, and there's all kinds of different reasons, but it's like they're more enticed to go to like a big show because it's like that's the cool thing to do kind of thing, or that's the band that's known. And I get that, and I'm guilty of that too. But at the same time, it's like these bands are like working their asses off and then like reaching out to people like, hey man, we got this show Saturday, we got this show Thursday, whatever. And they're like, oh man, what's the cover? And like $15. Like, oh yeah, man, I can't afford that. But then you see them go spend like 120 on like a major band on a Wednesday night,
dude, you sounded just like Angel in that statement. He was just going off about that recently. But it's also funny about that kind of stuff. Like my girlfriend was just talking up the show that Angel and I are doing next week in York, PA, to a couple of her customers at her bar today.
Yeah.
So it's just about like talking about it, kind of getting the word out. But it is funny. It is funny with that. It's like, well, what slots do you have on your guest list and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
The funny thing is, you have like the grinder bands like yourselves, like Silver Tongue, like Illusions of Grandeur that have like their core, they want their driving, they're grinders, and they want to take out their mates and put together these tours to keep rock and metal and stuff alive. But the funny thing is too, is in my opinion, like rock and metal though, we do have a habit of being our own like worst gatekeepers. And it's really more the upper echelon of bands. Like, for example, look, I just saw Kiss in their last Baltimore show, and the opening band was Amber Wild. Hey, don't get me wrong, they were great, but that's also Paul Stanley's son.
Yeah.
So there's a part of me that's like, look, man, and I've seen Paul. I mean, I've seen Evan in a few of his bands. I've seen him as Amber Wild. I've seen him with the Dives. He's a great player, great singer. I definitely enjoy what he does. But I'm like, bro, Kiss, you guys are hanging it up allegedly. Not touring anymore, allegedly, but you had the opportunity to really open some doors for your bands, and instead you hooked up Paul's kid,
Right.
which that's all well and good because he held his own. They definitely weren't scrubs, but
Yeah.
I also felt, if you want to celebrate things, even if you don't want to risk or aren't willing to bring in a small band, set up something that's overall more beneficial. Like when I went I went to Motley's, their farewell tour a while back,
Yeah.
multiple times. And the opener was Alice Cooper. First and foremost, that's the stupidest move that anybody could make, is making Alice Cooper your opener, because he's just gonna blow you off the stage every night.
Right.
But my other thing is, I'm like, look, if you're not gonna bring out, a lower tier band to give them that boost and that push, that's cool. But then make it make sense for the show. Like, I will say, I liked the idea of Motley with Def Leppard and Poison and Joan. I did think that was cool because it's closer to something I'm thinking of. Because for Motley's farewell tour, I would have loved to have seen them do a real throwback to LA, a throwback to the Sunset Strip.
Right.
Have them go out with like LA Guns, Faster Pussycat, and maybe a band like the Bullet Boys. Have it go like that. Do like, cool. Okay, Bullet Boys, you're going to get 30. Faster and Guns, you guys are going to get 45, and then we're going to get an hour and a half. Do something like that. But I do think that rock and metal has a bad habit of being their own gatekeepers against the continuation of their genre.
For sure. And like I said, I don't want anyone to take what I said in the wrong way. We have people who, and Stacy mentioned it a minute ago, like there have been people who have driven 2-3 hours to see us midweek just to come out and support. And trust me, we notice those things and we appreciate the hell out of those things. You know what I mean? I was just speaking for the people who might have been a little bit offended. I'm just speaking in a generic sense. And it's like the sad truth too is like it's almost like nobody, not nobody, but as a broad statement, like nobody cares until you get to this level.
Yeah,
that's the hard part, is getting to that point to where all you have to do is promote a show and they all come almost in a sense flocking to you, versus a lot of us are like, hey man, we're like sending private messages out, we're texting people like, hey man, we got this show. So there's a certain point, so once you get there, it makes things a hell of a lot easier. I've seen it, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
several times. So but no, for everyone that is a supporter of us, like trust me, we appreciate the hell out of y'all. We actually, I keep in touch with several fans. Like we'll FaceTime from time to time, text, joke around. So I'm always like I said, I'm a mingler, dude. So I always like to chat with people and stuff like that. So
absolutely, man, 100%. Angel, let me kick it back up to you, buddy, because we've got Awaken the Fallen and we've got Awaken the Giant, and we've got Blake fans for a few more minutes. As you guys know, we got a follow-up episode right after his. We will definitely want to make sure we get to all the fan questions. So we're going to kick it back up to Angel and go right back around the table. So fans, it's last call for alcohol. Final chances for questions, comments, anything you want to hit Blake with. Now's the time to do it. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah. Again, just as thanks to Darlene. Darlene has a site where she in Pennsylvania where they host the shows. That's another good utility to use. Promote the shows. It's like that Darlene has.
That's awesome.
So you guys are going on the road in March, right?
Say that one more time, Angel.
You guys are hitting the road in March, right? Oh, darn. Hold on, me.
Looks like Blake might have gotten kicked. So hang tight for just 1 second there, fans.
Don't know.
We got him. Cool.
Not sure what happened, dude, but froze up on me.
That's all right. So you guys gonna be hitting the road in March.
Yeah. I'm not sure when, but in March sometime. Yes, sir.
Man, well, we definitely got to have you back on the show.
Dude, anytime, man. Like, I'll have my hair down next time and be a little more wild, and let's go.
How about February 28th?
To come back on?
Yep. I know I never do this, and Jay can say, but we got to have you guys back on the show.
Let's do it, dude. Yeah.
To promote the tour. So what we do is come back on the show February 28th. I'll post on Blockbuster Music the tour dates, and we can promote the show. The new song you guys will be putting out in February.
Dude. Yeah, that sounds
that's
big,
the first
dude.
that we've done. We've never booked somebody on the air before.
Well, let's do it. Let's make it a first time. Hell yeah, dude. Like I said, we'll have a new song out by then, and that'll be solid.
I'm writing it down right now.
Yeah, dude. Shoot me a message too, so I can lock it, so I don't forget that shit.
Trust me, I will send you a reminder because I know we're talking about February.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first. We will have them back on February 28th.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely, for sure. But also, Blake, we definitely want to make sure that we give you a second to also plug your socials again. Where can fans get merch? Where can fans find you guys?
Yeah, dude. So we have a link tree. So what is it? Linktree.com/Awaken the Giant. You can go to Facebook.com/Awaken the Giant. Awaken the Giant band. As far as merch, we've got awakenthegiant.bigcartel.com. And again, that link tree will take you to everything. You can find that link tree on all of our socials. And then the next show that we have coming up for the new year is going to be February 10th with our friends Kingdom Collapse in San Antonio, Texas. February 10th at Fitzgerald's. That'll be kind of our first show back for the new year. So that should be a pretty solid show.
Nice, man. Absolutely. Well, Blake, man, again, we can't thank you enough for spending some time out of your evening to talk about your music, talk about the tour, the new single coming out on Friday for all the fans to enjoy. And myself and Angel, our biggest thing is that you had a good time. You felt respected. You liked the questions that you were asked, and that this was worth your time, man.
Absolutely, dude. And I appreciate you guys having me on. And next time, let's have some more fun.
Absolutely, man. You're welcome anytime, man. Just reach out whenever you got something to say, or if you ever just have a night where you would just love to have like a little hang, man, just hit us up. We're definitely happy to have you, brother.
Dude, let's do it for sure.
Sounds great, man. Absolutely. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so much. Make sure that you're supporting Blake and Awaken the Giant and everything that they're doing. New single coming out on Friday and tour announcements galore coming up for the beginning of 2024. So make sure that you guys are checking that out and supporting them. Make sure that you guys are getting out there. Fuck those $150 tickets. Spend $10 and get out there to support local music and support these guys. But Metal Summoners, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Hang tight. We got another episode coming up for you guys in a few minutes. We're going to cut Blake loose for the evening and let him rock out a little bit. Angel, go ahead, brother.
Question. How can I join the How can I join the street team?
Dude, so someone put it in the comments just now. There's the link tree for all of our socials and our merch store. And also it's Awaken the Giant Street Team. If you put that in the search bar and hit add the group, and I'll accept you in about 2 seconds. So yeah, dude, join it, man. That'd be awesome.
Awesome. Super duper sick, man. Absolutely. Blake, thanks again, man. Best of luck with Awaken the Giant, man. We really appreciate you, and we look forward to having you on again in the future, man. We'll have some more fun.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all, man.
Anytime. Metal Summoners, we love you guys. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hang tight. We've got Illusions of Grandeur, Silver Tongue, and Hate Grenade coming up in a little bit. Take care. We're going to say peace out to Awaken the Giant for now. Hopefully they won't step on us, but we will see them crushing it in 2024. You guys all take care. As always, you guys have been watching the Metal Summoners.